Half of 13 would be 6.5. A 506.5 each mile. That's crazy fast. So, amazing. Amazing. All right. Eyes up front. Okay. So, plans for today. Have some review for you. Pass back that first half chapter quiz. You can keep that. If there's any questions, once we have time to work on the practice test today, just let me know. Your test is over all of chapter 10. So 10.1 through law of sines, law of cosines. It will be very similar to the practice test that you will get in a little bit today. Okay? So make sure that we are good with that tomorrow. Don't come in tomorrow saying, I didn't know how to do number whatever. Look it up. Okay, look it up. All right. I had 2 questions today on the homework. The first one was problem number 6. So let me get to number 6. Okay. So when you have side, 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 there's 2 ways you can approach this. And I talked about this yesterday. When you have teachers or professors in your future, you might have teachers that say you have to find the smallest angle, then the next smallest angle, and leave the biggest for 180 minus your 2 acute. Or, since you're using law of cosines, because we don't have any ratios to use law of sines yet, since you're using law of cosines, there is no ambiguous case. So sometimes I find the biggest angle first using law of cosines, and then I don't have to worry about switching to law of sines. If I have an obtuse angle, where would it be? Which angle? N. Okay, and why? Just because, don't tell me because it looks like it's obtuse. Why would it be? Opposite the biggest side. Okay, so whatever you do, don't use law of sines to find N. Okay, whatever you do, don't use law of sines to find N. So, Ethan, I'm going to do this the way you did it so that I can follow your process. Which angle did you find first with law of cosines? Okay, so you did 70 squared is equal to what?
40 squared.
Uh-huh.
Plus 30 squared.
Uh-huh.
And then I did minus, and what I went wrong, I forgot the 2, which is where I went wrong.
You're just discovering this?
Yeah.
Okay, because you're like, I missed every problem, and that's why.
Yeah.
Okay, so now you know what you did wrong. Okay, do you need me to finish it, or do you think you're good?
I got it.
Okay, the biggest thing on this one, and a couple people talked about this, biggest thing, just do not use law of sines to find angle N. Do not use law of sines to find angle N. Okay, are you good then on 6?
Yeah.
7913. 7913. Let's try my internet again. Okay. Next one was number 8. Oh, number 8 must have still been back here. So Jack, on problem number 8, what did you have to find first? M? Is that what you said? N or M? Okay. How would you find N? What would you do? Yeah, okay, you had to find out. Did you get side M correct? Or not? No. Okay, so, guys, be quiet. You're going to have M squared equals. And now you're going to tell me what, Jack?
20 squared plus
29 squared. Uh-huh. Minus
2
times cosine of what? 18. Is that what you said? Okay, sorry. All right, so now, do I have any variables on the right side? No. So you can just pick up your calculator and type it in as you see it. 29 squared plus 23 squared minus 2 times 29 times 23 cosine of 18. And tell me what you get when you do that. Okay. And then what did you do to find 101.29? So M squared equals 101.29. What'd you do now to find M? Okay, guys, I cannot hear him because of all the conversations. Stop. So second square root, second answer, and what did you get for M? Okay, so now we get the side M is 10.1 correctly rounded. Are you good there? So I'm going to come in here and say M is 10.1. Now I can switch to law of sines. And did you find angle N? Is that what you said you found? Use law of sines to find angle N? Thank you. Let me write the password in. Okay. Which angle did you find next then, Jack? N. Okay. Jack, be careful. Look at that. If I have a ambiguous case, where would it occur? At the obtuse angle. Where's my obtuse angle? N. So can you use law of sines to find angle N? No. So which one should you have found next? L. So I would have done the sine of L is to what? No? 23 as is to 10.1. And now what would you do to solve this one? Cross multiply. So you're going to do 23 times the sine of 18. And then you're going to end up doing what to that number? Because you get 23 sine of 18 equals 10.1 sine of L. What do you do now? Divide by 10.1. So I get the sine of L is 0.7037. 0.7037 equals sine of L. So how do you find angle L? Inverse cosine? Inverse sine. Second answer. And now you get that angle L was 44.7. And now, if this angle is 44.7, how do you find angle N? Minus. And notice it was obtuse, which when you do law of sines, it always gives you the acute angle, not the obtuse angle. So do not use law of sines to find angle N. Very good question to do. Very good question to do. Anybody else on the homework? Okay, pass those in. Take a piece of paper out. Pass those keys in. Take a piece of paper out because we're going to do a little trig review. Trig review. Because it's been a little while since we've done some of these. You are not right. All right. So we're going to do some trig review. Stop. You are so annoying. Yes. Oh my goodness.
Drew.
All right. How do you put up with him at home? All right. Are we ready? Okay. First one. We're not doing that one. We're doing this one. Evaluate each trig function. Give your answer in both radians and degrees. Now,
Restricted.
why is it restricted?
Yeah. Negative.
Capital. Yeah. Capital. Okay. So, think about your restrictions and where they are restricted. Okay. Paige, where is sine restricted? 1 and 4. So she said she knows sine is restricted to 1 and 4. We are asking, where is the sign -1/2? Well, which quadrant is sine negative? 4. Okay, so we know it's down there. And we want sine to be -1/2. That means you want the sine, the y value, to be 1/2. Is 1/2 the shorter side or the longer side? Remember, your coordinate points are 1/2 square root of 3 over 2, or square root of 3 over 2 1/2, and square root of 2 over 2 square root of 2 over 2. So is 1/2 the short side or the long side compared to square root of 3 over 2? Short side. So we want y to be the short side, right? Y is 1/2. So we want y to be the short side. We want y to be -1/2. X. Oh, I drew that wrong. We want y to be the short side. So x is long, y is short. Okay, where are we at? What is my reference angle there? Okay, what is it? What'd you say, Paige? -30. How many radians? Watch, that has to be negative. Remember, when you are in quadrant 4, you must give me that negative coterminal angle. So, just so you guys know, okay, think about the long side versus the short side. So when I first started to draw this, I drew it like this, and I thought, uh-oh, wait a minute. Now x would be 1/2, y would be, and then I thought, oh, that's not right. And then I went over here, and I said, okay, now x is the long side, y is the short side. So it's the green one. The green one is 30 degrees. It has to be negative 30 degrees or negative 30 degrees, negative pi over 6. Okay? How about the next one? Ooh. Okay. These ones are always tough. First of all, where is... Oh, my board is so jumpy today. It's driving me nuts. Sorry, guys at home. Where is tangent restricted to? 1 and 4. Where is tangent positive? So, I sometimes come off to the side and think about quadrant 1. Right here at 45, you had square root of 2 over 2, square root of 2 over 2. What's your tangent? It's not 1/2.
Oh, no.
It's what? 1. Okay, so we know it's not at 45 degrees. Let's go to 30 degrees. Right here at 30 degrees, now x is the long side, y is the short side. Okay, how do you find tangent? It's what over what? Y over x. So I'm going to divide y by x. All right, what do you do with the 2's? Cancel them. And now what do? Are you allowed to leave square root of 3 in the denominator? So when I rationalize, what do I get for the tangent at 30 degrees? Square root of 3 over, is that what I needed? So the tangent is square root of 3 over. So what's the answer for this one? 30 degrees or what? Pi over 6. I just solved, yeah. How would I solve what it is up here? Well, x is 1/2. Y is square root of 3 over 2. How do you get tangent at 60? Well, it'd be y divided by x. What do you guys get? Radical 3. So the tangent here is radical 3. So it takes a second to get those 3, and now you can use your reference angles to get them in any other quadrant. Okay, where is cosine restricted to? Okay, so capital cosine is restricted to 1 and 2. Good. Questions? Anytime you're in 4, negative reference angle. Are we good? Okay. Let me do this one real quick. Skateboard ramp is 39 inches long and raises to a height of 22. What should we do? Draw a picture. Where does the 39 go? On the high, guys, the ramp is 39 inches long. That's here. The height is 22. Where's that go? That's here, 22. If I measure your height, that's the vertical distance. To the nearest degree, what does the angle make with the ground? I need to know this angle, theta. Now, is this a right triangle? Can I use right triangle trig? Do I have to use law of sines or law of cosines? No. Use SOHCAHTOA. You can use SOHCAHTOA when you have a right triangle. You are given the what? Opposite and the hypotenuse. Which trig function uses opposite and hypotenuse? Sine of theta is equal to opposite over hypotenuse. What do you do now to find theta? Inverse sine of 22 over 39. So what is the inverse sine of 22 over 39? What did you guys get? 34 point, did it say to the nearest degree? To the nearest degree would be what? 34 degrees. Good. All right, are you guys good with that one? Okay, you guess. Try this one. Okay, how'd you guys find theta to start? Inverse sine of what? 0.3. And what did your calculator give you? Okay, does that fit between 90 and 180? No. Okay, so your calculator correctly told you that the sine is positive right here at 17.5 degrees. Where else is sine positive? Right here, you said to your calculator, tell me the angle where the sine is positive 0.3. Not restriction. It's not saying restrictions. It's not capital. Where else is sine positive? Over here. That's the y. Where else is y positive? Y is positive over here. So we need this angle. What's this angle? 17.5. So what do you find out what this angle could be? 180 minus 17.5. And what do you guys get for an answer? 162.5. Good. How'd you guys do there? A lot of you missed that problem on your quiz. Okay. Questions on 50? Okay. Last one. On a triangle. Determine the number of triangles. That should be ding, 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 ding. What am I going to do? Look for the what? Ambiguous case. Oh, I used to run these flip flops all day.
Our angle.
Oh, yeah. Is that what you got?
What?
So angle B. Angle B.
Why could we do it different?
Oh yeah. Oh
No,
Your angle.
B.
How?
It still has to
He
be
is 16, so that B should work.
55.6.
Good count.
I thought we were going to Cleveland.
Keep good, guys.
Perfect question. Let me join. Keep notes.
He's him.
Dude.
I'll sit on that.
How bad was our field?
You didn't go yet. Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah, comp on. I'm SP.
What?
You know that?
You're starting picture.
Yeah, I'm freaking.
I'm not finishing the trial yet.
Yeah.
I don't know how you finish. You're going to be wrong. So I can use it on the screen to be jog it 40 minutes. Fortunately, she has
I'm telling y'all, there's two.
I have no idea.
Isn't there? There's two.
So what's happening?
Yes.
Bias or case 2? Is it 180 bias? The one you angle B and
The one that you use the inverse sine for.
and the given, or just the only inverse sign?
The one that you use the inverse sine for in case 1, that's the one that you do 180 minus. to get
Angle
case
B.
2.
So that's
Okay, so sounds like you guys are getting through case 1. Are you guys getting through case 1?
Oh, yeah.
All right, so let's see. What did we get, AJ? What did you start to fill in for case 1?
Alright, so I did the sine of 55 over 14 is equal to the sine of C over 60, or the sine of B over 60.
Okay, so the sine of 55 is to 14 as the sine of B is to 16. And then you cross multiplied and you got what?
69.4.
Okay, so you got 16 times the sine of 55, and then you would have divided by 14 to get the sine of B. And then you had to do, so let's do what that is so I can help everybody up here. 16 sine of 55, hit enter, divided by 14. So you got 0.936. 0.936 equals the sine of B. And then you said you did the inverse sine. So the inverse sine of 0.936 is equal to angle B. So second sine, second answer, and you got what? 69.4. So 69.4 equals angle B. Did you guys get angle B okay? All right. So now when you did, I'm going to come up here, label this. How did you then get angle C?
I did the sine of 55 over
Oh, you did? Angle C? You could. Or could you just subtract?
Oh yeah, for that I did that.
You did 180 minus what? 55 minus what?
69.4.
And what did you get for angle C?
55.6.
Or angle A. Or, yeah, I put A there. It should be C, isn't it? Oops, let's fix this. Okay, and you said, what is it?
55.6.
55.6. Okay, are we good there?
Yes.
And then what did you do? What proportion did you write, AJ, to find side C?
The sine of 55 over 14
Uh-huh.
is equal to sine of 55 over 6 over c.
Okay. And what did you get for C?
14.1.
Okay. Is everybody good getting case 1? It's when we get to case 2. And I purposely wrote all of this because this is where my problem exists. Right here. You told your calculator, give me the angle where the sign is positive. Guys, sine is y. Y is positive, x is negative, y is positive, x is positive. Y is positive in 2 places between 0 and 180. So the angle might be in quadrant 1, which it gave us, because that's the restricted, and the calculator always gives you the angle in the restricted domain. And it could also be in where? Quadrant 2. It will always be over here. But we know this reference angle has to be what? 69.4. So what could the other angle B be? Okay, how'd you guys get that? What do you do to find the other angle B? 180 minus, and when you did, you got what? 110.6. So now what we do, we come up here, we say, okay, angle B could be 110.6. Do I have enough left over for a C? How do I know? What do I do? 180 minus 110.6 minus, and what do you have left over for angle C? So did I have enough left over? I did. Up here, this is 14.4 degrees. Now, can I find side C? And if you did, you would have gotten 4.3. Okay? You would do the sine of 55 is to 14 is the sine of 14.4 is to C. All right, 2 cases. Questions? All right, homework tonight. Please show all work on a separate sheet of paper. Now let me pass this out before you put it away because I want to talk about something. All right. So you guys should be getting your worksheet. Guys, number 1 on your worksheet. First of all, what do you guys notice about 1, 2, and 3? No calculators. Okay, number 1, special right triangle rules, 45, 45, 90, 30, 60, 90. No calculators. Okay, number 1, special right triangles. Number 2, when I just ask you for the sine of 150 or the tangent at 330 or the cosine at 2 pi over 3, what am I asking you for? I'm asking you for, okay, sine, is that the x or the y? I'm asking you for the y coordinate at 150. Cosine of 2 pi over 3, I'm asking you for the x coordinate at 2 pi over 3. Okay, and so on. Tangents, y over x. And so on. Okay, and then A, B, and C on 3 are just the restricted domains. And then after that, it should be pretty similar to things we've just been doing. Use your practice quiz or your quiz that you just got back to help you. Okay?